Kia ora koutou. Welcome to the Tukua Te Reo video, Introduction to Reremahi. Tukua Te Reo kia rere. This video is about action sentences in Te Reo Māori. These are sentences that contain some form of action word or verb. I'll be introducing you to how these sentences are put together and some of the terms that are used in Te Reo Māori to describe the parts of the sentence. The term rerenga kōrero translates into Te Reo Māori as sentence. Here we can see that the word rere means to fly or to flow. Generally speaking, this word would be used to describe the actions of things such as birds, butterflies, planes, things that fly, etc., or something that flows like water. But it can also be used to describe things like ideas and emotions. While rere is an action word, rerenga is a naming word or a noun used to describe the flowing of something, such as the river, or in this case, language. The last part of this term is the word kōrero, which means to speak or speech. So when we combine the words rerenga, which means the flowing, and kōrero, we have rerenga kōrero, which means sentence. And here we have rerenga kōrero combined with the word mahi. The word we use for any type of action in Te Reo Māori is mahi. When we combine the term rerenga kōrero and the word mahi, we can shorten it to reremahi, which means an action sentence. In the next slide, I'll be talking about the three parts of a simple reremahi and how it compares to sentences in English. So here are the main parts of the reremahi sentence. The first part of the sentence is the tense marker, or tohu wā, which indicates when the action is happening. So tohu wā literally translates to signify time. The tense marker in these sentences can also sometimes be called a tūmahi. This is used to show whether the tense being used is either the past, the present, or the future. The next part of the sentence is the action word or the verb. In Te Reo Māori, this is called a tūmahi. The last part of the sentence is the kaimahi, which is the person, animal, or thing doing the action, or the doer of the action. The kaimahi can sometimes also be abstract, like an idea, an emotion, or a thought. This is a different order from what you'll be used to in English, where the sentences start with the subject, followed by the verb. In English, the action word changes to show which tense the sentence is written in, whereas in Te Reo Māori, it doesn't change. It's the tense marker that gives that information. So here's an example of a reremahi. It starts with the tense marker, kei te, which sets the sentence in the present tense. The action word here is moe, which means to sleep, and the kaimahi, the person, animal, or thing doing the action, comes at the end of the sentence. In this case, it's the baby. You'll notice the use of the word te to show that there is one baby. The word te translates into English as the. This is known as a definite article. In English, when we want to show that there is more than one of something, we add an S or ES at the end of the noun. Or if the noun ends with a Y, like baby, we drop the Y and add IES. In Te Reo Māori, the noun doesn't change. If there's more than one baby, we just say ngā pepe, which shows that there is more than one. The word ngā still means the, but it's plural, more than one. So the tense markers that are most commonly used when you start learning Te Reo Māori are these 6. There are 3 that all relate to the past tense, but they all have very subtle differences when they're translated into English. They are ite, and kua. Kei te is used to indicate that the action sentence is happening in the present tense, E ana is also a present tense marker and is translated into English as in the same way as kei te. When using this tense marker, the tūmahi or action word sits in between the words e and ana. The last tohuwa is ka, which relates to the future tense. When you become more experienced with te reo Māori, you'll learn that some of these tense markers can be used to indicate more than one tense and are sometimes interchangeable. But for now, I'll just talk about them as they relate to these tenses here. Okay, so on this slide, talk a little bit more about these tohuwa or pūmahi. I've included some of the terms used in English grammar to describe the tenses. I like to include these terms in these videos because I think it helps us to understand how language works. I think that having a deeper understanding of one language can help us make sense of another. So I hope you find this information useful. So for these example sentences, I've used the word mahi for the action word, which means to work. For the kaimahi, I will use aho, which means I. So let's start with kei te. Kei te relates to the present tense. Using kei te indicates that the action is happening in the here and now. In English, these verbs or action words usually end with ing. For example, kei te mahi aho, I am working. If we're using e ana, we would need to place the tūmahi in between the e and the ana, like a tūmahi sandwich. The sentence in English would still be I am working, but in te reo Māori, it translates to e mahi ana aho. Okay, on to the past tense markers now. Let's go to the tense marker e. In English grammar terms, this is called the simple past tense. In English, these words quite often, but not always, end in ed, such as in the sentence, I worked. In te reo Māori, I mahi aho. Ite is known as the past progressive tense. It's still in the past tense, but we can say it was happening rather than it happened. In English, these action words also often end in ing. Ite mahi aho translates to I was working. The tense marker kua is also used for sentences when the action has happened in the past. In English grammar terms, this is known as the past perfect tense. The general rule for these sentences in English is that they include the word has, have, or had in them. For example, kua mahi aho in English translates to I have worked or I had worked. Our last tohuwa is the future tense marker ka. A lot of the time when translating ka sentences into English, they include the word will. So ka mahi aho is I will work. So there you have it. We've been over the Reremahi sentence structure, and I've introduced you to some other examples of Reremahi here, using a couple of different tūmahi and kaimahi. There's a word list at the bottom to help you work out what they mean. So if you'd like to have a go at translating these in a moment, you can pause the video and write the sentences down in te reo Māori and then translate them into English. When you start the video again, I'll give you the answers. Okay, pause the video now. Okay, here are the answers. I moi te hei hei, the chicken slept. I te hiko i te kuri, the dog was walking. Kua kōrero te kaiako, the teacher has spoken. Kei te oma te tama, the boy is running. E moi ana te pepi, the baby is sleeping, or the baby is asleep. Ka waiata te manu, the bird will sing. I oma te kuri, the dog ran. I te noho te pepi, the baby was sitting. Kua waiata te kaiako, the teacher has sung. Kei te moe te hei hei, the chicken is sleeping, or the chicken is asleep. E hikoi ana te manu, the bird is walking. Ka kōrero te tama, the boy will speak. I noho te manu, the bird sat. I te waiata te tama, the boy was singing. Kua moe te pepe, the baby has slept. Kei te hikoi te hei, the chicken is walking. E kōrero ana te kaiako, the teacher is speaking. And ka oma te kuri, the dog will run. I hope you found this video useful. Nō reira, tēnei te mihi kia koutou kua mātakitaki mai. Thank you for watching. Kia ora.